with a lineup like, what? Who? Where? Yeah. I mean, so.
Well, the Rockies are terrible.
Yeah, I know that. So, hey, look. The Mets aren't in much better shape, except for the pitching staff.
Yeah,
the pitching staff is doing well, and the pitching staff is keeping them tight. And we're going to see DeGrom on Sunday night, assuming that the weather and everything holds over the weekend. I would just say that the fact that they've extended their lead in first place, the fact that their lineup looks the way it looks, and they're winning games like 1-0, and they're only 7-inning games. That too helps, I think. It's just. It's a credit to those players. It's a credit to the manager, Luis Rojas. I'm not going to sit here and start ripping away at a team that is decimated more so than any other club in the league by injuries. And the fact that they're winning. And now come the Braves. And if you could take 2 out of 3 from the Braves in this current situation that you are in, that's a hell of a job by the bench mob or the minor league mob, whatever the hell you want to call it.
The replacements.
The replacements, like 100 guys coming through here. Yeah. It's a turnstile, for God's sake.
What's the nickname that has been sticking? The replacements. Replacements? Is that the one that's been sticking more than the others? Everybody's got a silly, stupid name for this group of guys. The Perazzas and the Farguses and the Nitos, who's been around for a while, which is it is great, but. I feel like we said this back in 2019 with the Yankees about it not being sustainable, and it ended up being sustainable. I don't think it's the same type of thing.
It doesn't feel
It's
that
not
much.
the same type of thing.
Except for the Mets pitching.
The pitching's been very good, yeah.
The Mets, it's been very, very good, and now DeGrom is coming back now.
Well, he is
so
back.
That's the thing. Well, well, he's coming back Sunday night. He'll start Sunday night. So that's the thing. I mean, so if the pitching can hang with this, that's the one part of the equation here that's healthy with DeGrom coming back. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Just it's a long season. There are going to be ups and downs. This happens to be a upturn or an uptick, if you will, with these replacements, whatever the hell you want to call them. And it's actually refreshing because they come off of the drubbing at Tampa. They actually show some life there, but this. I don't know, 3 out of 4 from Colorado. I know Colorado's terrible, but still, it's 3 out of 4, and they're on a 3-game winning streak, and they've extended their lead in the NL East.
There's a rare occasion these days that I feel like a Major League Baseball manager gets credit for something, because if anything really goes on from a decision-making process, we'll say that it's the front office or whatever it may be. But in this situation, isn't this we got to give a little bit of a tip of a cap to Luis Rojas and the coaching staff keeping this thing together in the interim? I don't know how long it's going to be able to last, but right now, pretty damn good. The fact that they could win any games is amazing to me. And they got more bad news with injuries yesterday because Noah Syndergaard, with this setback and this elbow inflammation, he's going to be shut down for 6 weeks. And Luis Rojas said that he is praying that he can pitch for us this year.
Maybe August. You know what? I guarantee you they'll give him some sort of cortisone shot or some sort of Toradol shot or something to try to reduce the swelling. And, here's the thing about Noah Syndergaard. And I would say this about all athletes. You have to be honest. You have to be honest with where you are in whether it be rehab or whether you are playing hurt. You have to tell the teams. And I know that there's an insecurity that's within us all athletes, that we want to be out there, we want to be with our team and everything else. To me, the way this whole thing looks like it's panned out for Noah Syndergaard is he pushed his rehab too fast. He's trying to throw 100 miles an hour already.
Yeah, well, it's a common theme with him, though, isn't it?
It's meathead theme is what it is. Yeah. Whether he's walking on the beach and eating liver and heart or whatever the hell he's doing, he's overdoing it. He always overdoes it. And to me, it sounds like, and I can't confirm this, I don't know this. It's just when I heard the story and I read the articles and I heard what his comments were and what the comments of the Mets were, I was just like, you know what? This kid overdid it. Like he went too fast, went too hard, and then put himself in a really bad situation. Once again, it's his decision making. I believe. That's what I believe. And nobody has told me this. And I just feel like, he should have just taken it a lot easier, not try to hit the 99 miles an hour on the gun or any of that other crap, and just give it time. That you got to have patience when you're coming back from this. And you and I know, I want to say 16 to 18 months full recovery from an injury like this, and to come back before that is very, very unlikely.
Yeah, and he's just someone who, the way he looks, the way he works out, he's into himself. he thinks he's capable of things that maybe he's not. You're like, hey, I look great. I'm throwing. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be awesome. And then something like this happens. So it's unfortunate for him. You just hope that he can come back and contribute at some point in this season. And hopefully the Mets are healthy enough to not get buried over the course of the next couple of months that he's not going to be around, and the staff as presently constituted. And hopefully Carrasco can come back at some point. We'll be able to keep this team afloat, because offensively they are going to struggle. Because who the hell knows when we're going to see some of these other guys back. I mean, you get the late June on McNeil and Conforto. Okay. I mean, you're already telling me it's late June, mid to late June. Who knows if it's going to even spill into July? I have no idea. So there's some positive with the fact that they were able to beat the Rockies in this series and a couple of games yesterday, but there's the negative of how long can you keep this house of cards?
That's why yesterday sweeping a doubleheader, although it's only 7 innings, and some would say it's not a real doubleheader.
I mean, we got to get over these baseball rules, though. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. It's not going to change. This is what it is. I mean, I don't know if the new CBA is going to make those things go back.
I think they're going to keep the 7-inning doubleheaders. Right, I do, and I think they're going to keep the man on second base. But I do think that there will be a DH eventually in the National League. But I don't know what to tell you other than the Mets have the 4th worst batting average in Major League Baseball.
I'm actually proud of them for that it's not the stone worst in Major League Baseball.
This is an interesting weekend. Now, the other thing, too, is I'm sure we're going to see 2 rainouts this weekend.
Oh, tonight's 100%.
And that means Sunday could be one of those 7-inning doubleheader days.
Probably.
Which would be good for DeGrom.
So I saw Matt Hammer of News 12, Hammer Time, yes. Boomer and Geo meteorologist. He put out yesterday, he said, why don't you just call the game now for tomorrow? Because he put a extended forecast radar up there, and it looks like a deluge tonight around 7 o'clock.
All right, Mets and Yankees with doubleheaders yesterday. Game 1 for the Mets, 1-0. The Mets shut out the Rockies in Game 1. Marcus Stroman, 6 innings, 3-hit ball for the win. He's 4-4. Edwin Diaz, the save, his 9th. Mets got to 3 games over 500, 23-20 with the win. Game 2, well, more from this guy, Peraza. And they would wind up winning 4-2 in Game 2 as they beat the Rockies again, swept the doubleheader. Peraza and then Brandon Drury with bases loaded walks in the 6th. Aaron Loup the win in relief. Jacob Barnes the save. And so the Mets 24-20 now after taking both. They're home for the Braves tonight, of course, weather permitting. Taijuan Walker will take on Ian Anderson. That was the good news, that Walker is okay to come off the injury list. The bad news, as you guys pointed out, was Noah Syndergaard shut down for 6 weeks with elbow inflammation. As for the Yankees, they also played 2. The first one didn't go well. They lost to the Blue Jays 2-0. Marcus Semien and Bo Bichette with back-to-back homers in the 3rd. And Alek Manoah, the rookie in his big league debut, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts for the win. So, yes, Al Dukes, a rookie can.
I mean, how many times the Yankees are going to strike out?
Well, it's the league.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah,
they're brutal.
Well, they might be at times.
This is even without Stanton.
True.
Yep.
Well, Gary Sanchez, the Sanchino, came through in Game 2, so they were not swept. Yeah, that was rough. John, on the fan, of course.
So the good news is that they now go to Detroit for the weekend.
Correct.
So maybe the weather will be better out there, and they should take care of business. But again, like I was talking to you guys about this 20-game stretch right here, because then they'll come back, and they'll see Tampa Bay and Boston.
And Tampa won again yesterday. They won 13 of 14. They beat the Royals 7-2. Austin Meadows tripled, homered, drove in 4. Also of note, the Dodgers beat the Giants. They're 13-2 in their last 15. And the Phillies did beat the Marlins 3-2. And then just quickly, the Canadians beat the Maple Leafs in overtime 4-3. Nick Suzuki, the game winner, on a 2-on-none break after a bad giveaway. And the Hurricanes beat the Predators in overtime 4-3. Sebastian Aho, the game winner there. Islanders and Bruins open up their conference semifinal tomorrow night in Boston.
All right, thanks, Jerry, Boomer, and Geo, coming to you live from the Built Ford Tough studio.